Welcome to OCD Clarity. My name is Luc, and today I want to cover an important topic about depersonalization and derealisation. And this is something I really struggled with for a pretty long time. And take me as an example and explain what happened to me and many others, and what me really got better of depersonalization and derealisation. So, when I developed generalized anxiety disorder back in, I think, 2015, 2016, when that really spiked, and then developed severe OCD in 2019. So, when OCD latched, I was really at a dark place. 2019, OCD, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, it all came together. And at a certain point, my OCD latched onto sensory motor OCD and many other minor themes. And I became obsessed with the fact that I could no longer focus on anything else besides breathing, saliva, heartbeat, blinking, all those things, but mainly breathing. And because of this hyper-awareness, I became very anxious, 110% anxiety, panic attacks constantly throughout the day. And because of this state, I was really disturbed. And I was in constant battle with these feelings, in constant battle with these emotions, these thoughts, these images, these urges. I was trying to push away this hyper-awareness, and I was in constant thought and deep thinking about my current situation and my current state. And this had a very great impact on my daily life. I couldn't function normally anymore because I was so freaking anxious. And this became a very big problem because your mind can only take so much. So at a certain point, because of all this deep thinking and solving and trying to fight off this anxiety and panic, my mind said, it's enough. I can't take this thinking anymore, this overworking of the mind. So the natural reaction of the mind is to shut down your emotions and to inform you that this is too much of a strain on the mind. But what happened, so take me as an example. I know it like yesterday. I was sitting on the couch after, I think, almost a year in my OCD and years into my generalized anxiety disorder. I was sitting on the couch in deep thinking, in deep anxiety, I was living in a panic attack 24/7. And at a certain point, a few days before, my feelings, my emotions became a little bit more numb. And at that point, on that couch, I was feeling like I was detached from myself. Detached from my personality, detached from my own life. I was feeling like I was living in a dreamlike state. And I was sitting on the couch, but I was feeling that I wasn't the one that was sitting on the couch. I was feeling like I was watching myself in a movie. And this feeling shocked me next level. because this feeling continued to stay there for a very long time, because I was trying to. So at that point, I was really shocked about this feeling of detachment, and I thought, "Whoa, this is the next stage. I'm going crazy, right? I'm going crazy." So, what was the natural response for me? Just like I was doing to the other things, fighting off, fighting the anxiety, fighting off the OCD, fighting off the thoughts. I now was trying to fight off this feeling of detachment. And as we just discussed, the reason why depersonalization and derealization is occurring in someone's life is because of this fighting, because of this deep thinking, because of this solving, because it's too much for the mind. So when you have depersonalization, you get detached from yourself. You feel like you get detached from yourself and your emotion gets numb. And you trying to solve that again is the main reason why it started in your life, right? So I became more anxious. I became more stressed. I became more in panic, and I thought I can never recover. And I went from specialist to specialist to specialist to specialist, right? And no one could tell me or explain me what was happening. So I did the counterproductive thing and tried to fight it off even more. So I sank deeper into this condition. I sank deeper into this depersonalization. And at a certain point, it was everywhere. From the moment I woke up to the moment I was going to sleep. And I couldn't sleep because I was so anxious. I was feeling very numb, no positive emotions, only anxiety, no other emotions, only negative ones like depressive feelings and anxiety, and the rest wasn't present anymore. And at a certain point, I developed derealization. And at that point, I was getting even more anxious, right? So I was very detached from myself, from my feelings. I was trying to fight it. I couldn't even function in normal conversations anymore because it was like I wasn't talking. I was watching a movie. So, and because of this extra strain, because of this extra worry, because of this extra solving, I developed the realization. And at that moment, my whole life felt like a dream. And I became even more anxious. So, depersonalization is you feel detached from yourself, and the realization is that you feel detached from your surroundings and the world and your life. And at that point, I was looking at the world as if I really was living in a dream. I was feeling like, is this world real? Is it really real? Because it doesn't feel that way anymore. So, and then you get all the solipsism, OCD themes, and thinking you live in a simulation, and all those things. It popped in my head right away because I knew people who had that theme. And so I became extremely anxious. So this took on for a pretty long time, guys, and that's the honest story. And because if you don't get the right information, you can spend a lifetime going in the wrong direction with anxiety, OCD, but also with depersonalization, derealization. And depersonalization, so DPDR, is a big problem for a lot of people because they try to fight it off. But the way out is this. The main reason why depersonalization, derealization started is because of you trying to fight off the initial anxiety, the initial panic, and then you try to fight off the DPDR. But To get better, you need to give the mind that break it needs, that rest it needs. So you need to allow everything. Not only the initial anxiety and the panic. And it sounds easier than it is, guys, and you can see this for yourself because if you want to be more allowing to your thoughts, the intrusive thoughts, images, urges, be more allowing more of your anxiety and panic. You see, it is very it is very scary, and it is pretty uncomfortable also. But it is the only way, guys. It is the only way, the only path to recovery. So you can practice this in your house, becoming more sitting with anxiety, sitting with the panic. But also you really need to accept those feelings. Be more allowing to these feelings of depersonalization, derealisation. And let it play out on its own. If you want to recover from depersonalization, derealisation, it is not by doing, but it is by non-doing. It is by non-doing when the mind finally gets the rest it needed to finally allow to the anxiety to come out. And at a certain point, when you become less scared of all those feelings of anxiety, panic, depression, all those negative feelings, and you become also more comfortable with the fact that you don't feel any emotions and you feel detached from the world and from yourself, at that moment, true healing will take place on its own by non-doing, non-forcing, and trying to relax as good as you can. And then at a certain point, automatically, gradually, you will feel moments of feeling a little bit normal again. And then you try to fight it off again because it is a fleeing feeling. But then practice that more allowing of all those feelings and anxiety. And at a certain point in your recovery journey, you are better. You are recovered from this DPDR and you're not scared of it anymore and not scared of it coming back. I'm not scared of it coming back in my life because it is an uncomfortable feeling, but it is not the end of the world. I can still do everything I want. I can go to work, I can go to the gym, I can go on holiday. It is more uncomfortable, but not the end of the world. So I hope this helps. And if you need any help in your recovery journey of generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or severe OCD, I had it all, and I was the one that was treatment resistant, and here I am, 100% recovered. If you need any help, info@ocdclarity.com, and thank you for watching.